evening to all the viewers out there in TV land, and welcome to tonight's edition of Reactors News. I am Renwick Phillips. Well, as you know, the local government elections just ended, and we here at Reactors News held our very own local government debates. It was interesting to say the least. The candidates traded verbal blows and tried to see who had the better plan to lead this land. Let's go take a look at that debate. I'm Renwick, and I'm out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first GT Debates, brought to you by the people of the Reactors News and shown to you directly from E-Networks E1. Now, tonight we're going to take the opportunity to deliver to you 3 parties with 4 candidates. Now, I'm going to introduce to you from my far left, the first candidate. We're going to ask them to introduce themselves to you. Go ahead, sir.
I'm glad you asked that question. You see, the problem that we have in our community is an economic one. It's a problem of drainage. We have in our community blocked drains. Think about it.
Now, sir, there was no question. The question segment haven't started as yet. So now what I'm asking you to do is just tell the public your name and which constituency you're representing.
I'm glad that you asked that question. You see, the people of my community, what they need is a leader. That is why I'm there to lead them. Think about it.
Okay, so we see that we're not getting anywhere. I'm going to go straight to the next person on my left.
Good evening, Guyana. My party, the birthday party, will be responsible for play fields. Therefore, all recreational spaces, parking lots, burial ground perhaps, we will be turning into play fields so that early childhood education can be better for kids. Play fields.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We move on. Next.
Good evening, Georgetown. I would just like the world and Guyana to know that me and my candidate here will be running for mayor.
Yes, both of us will be running for mayor.
Yes, we're running for all 15 constituencies and all 30 seats in the council.
The two of us will be running the entire council. This will not only make us extremely rich, but we will save Georgetown a lot of money.
Lots of money. You know how much money we could save Georgetown? Do the calculations.
Plenty, enough.
No.
Plenty, enough money.
Okay, folks, there you have it. Your 2016 LGE candidates. May God help us. Now, we move on to the serious part, the first question. Crime is a burning issue in Georgetown. How do you plan to tackle this issue?
I'm glad you asked that question. You see, cars, vehicles in this country, the base price for vehicles, $2.5 million. And look at it, courts. Hire purchase at courts is very high, and it's becoming increasingly larger. And look at the bus fare. The bus fare has increased. So all those issues, we have a serious problem in Guyana. And what I would like to know, what I would really like to know is, where can I get a sumptuous roti and curry?
Excuse me, sir? We would like to ask the candidates to please stick to the questions asked. Now, we don't have a lot of time, so please stay on point.
Well, my party is responsible for playfield, as I said earlier. Therefore, playfields, less crime. More playfields, less crime. Less crime, more playfields.
Ma'am, you can keep your voice down. It's okay.
Okay, sorry.
You see, I don't think these candidates understand what's really happening here. The crime rate is high because the economy is low.
It's low. It's going down all the time.
That's why we're going to implement a broad-based tax plan. We're going to tax everyone in the country.
Everybody, and we're going to save a lot of money for Georgetown.
You know how much money we could save in Georgetown? Do the calculations.
Which one
If you add this, that's going to have the answer.
Plenty, enough money. Plenty enough money. And listen, we are going to implement something called a school children tax.
Yes, because a lot of children come to school with enough money. You know how much school children have money? Do the calculations.
14. Plenty, enough. We are very strategic. Not only school tax, we're going to implement a school child late tax for all the children that come to school late.
You know how much school children just go to school late? Do the calculations.
This is getting answered. Plenty, not enough. School children is good.
Alas.
This is a very dynamic team we have here running for local government elections, you know. We are going to implement something called a bad mind tax.
Bad mind tax.
All them bad mind people in GT.
You know how much bad-minded people that got in Georgetown? Do the calculations.
Okay.
Plenty, not enough.
Yes. I think we get the idea. Plenty.
Enough.
All right. Now we move on to the second question. Now, cleaning up the city is high on everyone's agenda. How will you tackle this issue?
Well, as I said before, playgrounds are very vital. The more playgrounds you have, the cleaner the city.
Now, tell me, where will you get the money to develop all these playgrounds?
Well, we plan on approaching a lot of NOGs, and we all know the NOGs have a lot of monies.
I'm sorry, you mean NGOs, don't you?
NOGs, NGOs, same difference. All of them got money. Why you got to be so technical?
I'm glad you asked that question. Actually,
Excuse me, sir. You would like to answer the question? You can go ahead.
I'm glad you asked that question again. You see, our party, we have a very simple and effective way to deal with the garbage situation. What we plan to do is to staple garbage bags to lantern posts. Think about it.
Wow.
This is why this country is the way it is. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if we elect these two people, what we're going to do is, if we follow her plan firstly, we're all going to just gather at play fields and just play all day. Jacks, Chinese, catcher, everything. And if we listen to him long enough, we'll all be as crazy as he is.
Think about it. This is why we are the only sensible candidates for mayor. Yes, we will implement taxes, as I told you, and we will make money for this city. We will make lots of money for this. We are going to implement a Chinese food tax for all those persons in Georgetown who buy Chinese food. We tax every single box.
Exactly. And you know how much people buy Chinese food in Georgetown? Do the calculations.
Buy every Chinese shop. Get enough
Yes.
Chinese in thing.
Yeah, we
Plenty, enough.
enough.
We
Think
know.
about
This is it. We're very serious about this thing. We are also going to implement something called a stink mouth tax.
Exactly. A stink mouth tax.
Excuse me?
A
What?
stink. A stink mouth tax.
What?
A stink mouth tax. For people with stink mouth.
Mhm.
You know how much stink mouth people Georgetown got? Do the calculations.
Plenty. No.
Okay.
We're done it. We taxing everything. We're going to implement a blow tax for every single man, woman, boy, child that give him blow in Georgetown.
Exactly. And you know how much people give him blow in Georgetown? Do the calculations. Just calculate.
Look, we even get a number for them. We don't calculate. Too much.
Okay,
We
thank
can
you.
make money for this city, you know.
Thank you very
Two
much.
of us, one mayor. 2 plus 1 mayor.
Thank you, sir.
Calculations.
Thank you.
Calculations. Do it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have. You've heard the candidates. You make the decision. This is the LDGE GT debates. Now, may God help us all.
Vote for me.
Remember about it. Think about it.
Taxes.
Thanks for asking the
Calculation.
question.
Do the calculation.
My name is Pablo Diablo Ricardo, and we're out.
Do the calculation.
Think about it.
Remember, local government.
Think about
put
it.
X by the
Thanks for asking
calculator.
that question.
Put the X by
Think
the
about it.
calculator.
Thank you very much.
Think
We
about
calculate
it.
the tax, we make money.
Thanks for asking that question. Okay, folks, that is all we have for tonight's episode of Bear Ricketix News. I'm Renwick, and I'm reminding you to join us next week for more good news. Renwick, and I'm out.
Good.
Wait, there's one more move my cheese roll off the table, man. What's really going on in the studio? Yeah, I left my cheese roll there. I don't bite it already. I got moving it, man. What's really going on, man? Oh, you know long one, you know one?
The camera still
Smells sting. What?
The camera still on.
How the camera still? Don't put on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GT. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the first GT debates. This is the local LGE election. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first GT debates of the Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first GT debates brought to you by the people of the Bear Ricketix News and shown to you. You can keep your voice down, it's okay.
Okay, sorry.
You can keep your voice down, it's okay.
Okay, sorry.
I didn't go for laugh. Randy laughed. I wasn't gonna laugh. I wasn't gonna laugh. Randy make me laugh.
I didn't ready.
We're going to implement a school children late tax for all the children that come to school late.
You know how much school children just go to school late? Do the calculation.
Why you laugh, buddy? This man, boy.
Wow.
This is why this country is the way it is. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you...
What?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if we follow her plan, we're all going to gather together and just play all these glorious play fields.
Wow. Wow.
Now, this is why this country is the way it is. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, now if we follow her glorious plan, we're all going to gather at the play field and play hopscotch and jacks